Alright, let's see if it connects. Just gonna see. Alright. I think I am live here. I'm gonna go ahead and find a link here so I can make sure everything's alright. Just give me just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and figure things out right here. And we will be ready to get started shortly. Just making sure everything is working as intended, and I believe it is at this point. And so I'm just going to get everything ready here. Just looking. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send out a couple announcements that we are live, and then we'll get going from there. So let me go ahead and copy and paste that. And let's see. There we go. Got the announcement out on AG's channel, or not channel, Discord. And then out here on my Discord. All right. All of that is out. Let me get this out of the way. Cool. All right. So essentially how this is going to go, we're going to have two groups. We're going to have 20 cars each. In each group. The top 5 from each group will advance to the final round and shoot it out for the pole. And we'll go from there. We'll get our pole sitter, our top 10, and all that. So 2 20-minute sessions each in the first round. The final round is, let's see, I'm going to go 10 minutes on that final round. And so that'll be real fun to watch. Let me make sure desktop audio is back. Okay, awesome. And so, let's see here. What do I need to do first? Yes, all right. So first I'm going to go ahead and just show off a little quality of life, couple quality of life things right here. So it won't be on right here because I'll have the ticker, of course. But basically at the end of each session, I'll go ahead and update the order, and you will see that here. Okay, so right here is just going to be the running order of everything, every driver, or the qualifying times for every order, the starting lineup. If I can speak correctly, that would be nice tonight. You'll see that all right here at the end of each session. I will update that, and then at the end we'll go ahead and go through it and kind of see how that works. But you know, for now we can just chill, we can ask questions, whatever, and all that. I will go ahead and remove that large obnoxious thing from your screen and then we can get off and get going here. So let's see. First we are going to start group qualifying session number 1. This will set the inside row outside of the top 10. So positions 11, 13, 15 onward, all the way down to position 39. I just kind of went alternating with car numbers, no really particular order or anything. So we'll just go ahead and jump right into it. Let me get everything on where it needs to be, and everything is good. Hey Logan, how are ya? Just getting started here. And so the 20 minutes start. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 20 drivers in here. Obviously, I'm not a part of it. You got Dylan Matthews, Tom Sloan, Caleb Rose, Leonard Koksmar, Zach Magoon, Bryce Egan, Lucian Bianchi, RJ Beers, Ryan Durrani, Nathan Orman, CJ Greider, Benny Watson, Bernardo de Oliveira, Daniel Voiles, Justin Perez, Angel Gutierrez, Justin Henley, Brandon Rose, Jack Haas, and Laura Chung. So essentially the top 5 will advance from this session, the top 5 fastest times, and then we'll do it all over again in the second half of the first round. So as you can already see, Bryce Egan is out there. Let me go ahead and focus on Egan. All right, we are off and running. I went ahead and I turned down the engine noise just a little bit. Let me know if you want that back up. I kind of want to just focus more on the chill and hang out part of this rather than the actual competitive qualifying session, but we will take a look at this. Now, I based this off the real-life weather at Indianapolis Motor Speedway right now, which is listed as partly cloudy, 77 degrees, and 17-mile-per-hour northern wind. So in case you're interested, that's what we are running. Bryce Egan going to start his first lap here in the 14 machine, coming off of turn 4. That looks like a solid exit, and let's get going in group qualifying. 18.5 minutes left to set a lap time. And I assume most of these drivers will be out pretty soon. There's Ryan Durrani coming out. Let's see who's that on the bottom. Can't really see, but not worried about it at the moment. Bryce Egan off of 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. You can see Bernardo de Oliveira in the 37 right there. All right, we are off and running. Bryce Egan into turn 3, and we'll get a little bit of a tow from Oliveira in the 37. That'll help. We're seeing speeds up to 210 miles per hour into turn 1, but into turn 3, it's just a little bit slower. Egan off of turn number 4 and to the line. Laura Chung actually the first set a full lap due to the pit box being before the start-finish line. Bryce Egan sets a 48.391 second lap. There's Ryan Durrani. Let's see, what did Durrani do? Dylan Matthews top of the board. How about that for Dylan Matthews? 48.271. And let's take a look at this pack. My goodness, Jack Haas and RJ Beers going at it off of 4. But Caleb Rose is now down the front stretch. Brandon Rose went top of the board. Let's check on Caleb Rose, 48.541. Jack Haas is second. Laura Chung fastest. Wow, nice lap from Laura Chung. Must be getting a tow. That was great driving right there. CJ Greider to second with a 48.077. Bryce Egan now to second. All right, we are really ramping up here. Let's watch Laura Chung's third lap. Don't want to switch between cars too often here. All right, Laura Chung into 3 and gonna go off of 4. Dylan Matthews currently top of the board. Zach Magoon second. Here comes Laura Chung. What can Laura Chung do to improve her time off of 4? It looked like a clean lap, but was it good enough? Jack Haas to second. Laura Chung only good enough for 5th. So this group right here, I'm wondering if RJ Beers and Jack Haas might be getting a nice little tow here from Caleb Williams. That'll be interesting to see as we move along. So these 3 cars all working together at the moment. Caleb Rose obviously not going to benefit from that, but Jack Haas and RJ Beers certainly benefiting from it as we head into 3. I'm very interested to see what lap times the 95 and 19 put down as Tom Sloan goes top of the board in the 4. 47.389. Nice lap from Tom Sloan. All right, so we're coming across the line here. Let's see any major improvements. No, they were too close. And that's what ended up hurting them in the end. Let's follow another group here. There's Koksmar. CJ Greider to the top of the board. Must have laid back decently. Got a great run right there. And was able to shoot to the top of the board at the moment. All 20 drivers have made a lap time, with Lucian Bianchi actually the slowest at the moment. So trouble for our championship leader. That is very, very unfortunate. But maybe Lucian Bianchi will be just fine. We'll just have to wait and see, as Greider made a move on Ormond, but that's not going to be very helpful. There's Benny Watson, who's had some great results this year, but, you know, some iffy results as well. And it seems like the ideal lap is really getting a tow. And that's going to really be the key to success here. Koksmar, top of the board. Wow, is the leader of that pack right there. Leonard Koksmar to the top of the board with a 47.285. Nice lap right there. Greider keeps looking on Ormond. Ormond looks a little bit slow off the corner. Leonard Koksmar right now with the fastest lap in the session. We're going to have a pass here. That's not going to be very helpful. As the 30 and 24 go side by side. That hurts both their chances. Angel Gutierrez top of the board. Wow. Great lap for Angel. How about that? Apparently the stream's being a little bit weird, so I'm just going to go ahead and see what I can do here. I know the thing paused. I know it's kind of weird. When I click off the tab, I'm on a triple monitor setup right there. So when I click off the tab, the game kind of freezes on me. Looks like everything's actually pretty good, though, so I'm not going to be worried about that too much. Just a little bit of a freeze again. I'm going to click off one more time right here, just to get everything back to the normal position. All right, there we go. And so, right now, no big changes. Top of the board right now is Gutierrez. Here we go. Caleb Rose made a move up the board. Good for Caleb Rose. RJ Beers. Looks like they've figured it out. Oh my goodness. Jack Haas is at the front of that group now. I can see why the back two started to shoot up the board. It looks like Bryce Egan either coming in or made it back out. So let's see what goes on there. Bryce Egan, of course, has had some promising races, but, you know, had some bad luck recently, so we'll just have to see what Bryce Egan does in this race. Here's Jack Haas to the inside, got a great run off the corner. What's that going to do for Haas's lap? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And no change at the top. Angel Gutierrez continues to be fastest. Benny Watson on pit road, taking tires at the moment. There's Justin Perez, Zach Magoon, Tom Sloan. Let's watch them for a bit here. No change right there. Of course, the 5 transfers right now at this very moment would be Gutierrez, Beers, Rose, well, Caleb Rose, Leonard Kochmar, and Brandon Rose. So those 5 looking pretty good right now. CJ Greider, Ryan Durrani, Tom Sloan, Dylan Matthews, Nathan Warman, they all have to improve if they want any chance of making the top 10 shootout. Zach Magoon to the inside of Justin Perez. I feel like Tom Sloan's being held up a bit here. I feel like if Tom Sloan got some sort of clean air, he'd be better off right now. I think I'm continuing to freeze up. I'm just looking. It looks like my stream is significantly behind where it should be. So I'm going to try and work on getting this stream a little bit better here. Let me just see. I know I'm going to freeze once again, but I feel like it's worth it if it makes it a little bit better. Let me just go ahead and change things around here. You're going to miss the middle portion, but that's all right. This was more for a chat anyway. I know my mouse is just a little bit clicky. Let's see here. What do I need to go to? Well, you know, I'm not finding a whole lot of things I can do right here. So I apologize for that. Yeah, I'm just looking through. Can't really find anything. It's going to be a little bit questionable, a little bit iffy, but hopefully that's all right with you all. No major changes at this point. We are halfway through the session, and Angel Gutierrez still has the fastest lap. It's really going to come down to, can you get a tow off pit road and really make up ground the whole time? Because if you're not making up ground the whole lap to the car in front, you're not going to put down a fast lap time. And Lucien Bianchi right here, our championship leader at this point, marked back in 20th. That is last, and that would be the 39th starting position if it holds. So very unfortunate for Lucien Bianchi. Still not able to get a good lap on the board yet. Couple cars on the pit lane. Zach Magoon. Looks like Bernardo de Oliveira. If I can get to Oliveira. Yep. There's Justin Henley. Haven't talked about Justin Henley a whole lot today. Henley in the 52. Just one of those drivers that's kind of been running mid-pack as of late. Had a good pass, or a good battle, I believe, with Benny Watson at Portland. That was fun to watch. You know, didn't have a whole lot of action that race, but, you know, still a race that was serviceable. Zach Magoon. Oh my goodness. We got a train right here. Oh man. If they can form this thing up, it's gonna get real spicy right here. Alright, off of 4. Let's see if any of these drivers can get some good lap time out of this. Looks like Beers and Egan and Rose probably will not. However, looks like Magoon might have a good shot with Jack Haas here. Off the corner, RJ Beers can't look to the inside or that lap will be ruined for the 12, but looking pretty darn good right now. Zach Magoon, of course, let's see, where is he on the charts? 13th of 20. So needs to get a good run down the backstretch, but not too close. You don't want to get too close and sacrifice your exit off of 4. That could be even worse. But let's see. Here we go. Yep, had to check up pretty massively. That's going to hurt. So I assume this will not be a great lap for the 12. We'll have to see. As it updates, I don't see any improvement for Zach Magoon. That last lap was a, 47.564. So nothing there, just nothing there right now. I'll continue to watch this train because now Caleb Rose has backed up just a little bit. Maybe that could help. But if these drivers are primarily on old tires, that's not going to be very helpful. They're nice and spaced out right now. That's probably beneficial. Well, not if Egan sends it to the inside of Beers. My goodness. Wow. That's pretty wild right there. As these two come to the line, followed by the two behind, let's see. Anything at all? Nothing. These lap times are pretty locked in at the moment as Angel Gutierrez is shoving the heck out of Daniel Voiles down the backstretch. Wow. That is an absolutely massive push. Will Gutierrez look to the inside potentially? No, doesn't look like it. So your driver's really in danger, and the ones that have shown limited speed in this group qualifying session. Lucien Bianchi, Justin Henley, Bernardo de Oliveira. Let's see. Laura Chung, Jack Haas, Benny Watson. All in trouble back there. That won't set up well for the race, so just got to watch out. Lucien Bianchi on the track with 5:53 to go. Has to put a lap down and has to put it down now. We'll watch and see if Bianchi can do anything. Let's see, last lap was a 48.005. I don't think it's going to happen for the 17, but right now, looks like I missed Egan jumping into the top 5. Bryce Egan did jump into the top 5, which is huge for that 14 machine to have a potential shot at the pole. Wow. That'll be a fun story right there if Egan can maintain it. But right now your 5 advancing would be Gutierrez, Beers, Caleb Rose, Leonard Koksmar, and Bryce Egan. Benny Watson, Dylan Matthews still on track, Justin Perez, Tom Sloan also both on track. All right. See, we got a car coming either in or off the pit lane. Looks like RJ Beers is just pulling in, taking tires. Maybe looking to make another final run at it. But I don't think Beers needs a final run at it. So he's sitting second at the moment. But Angel Gutierrez is at a significantly faster lap than anyone else at the moment. It's not really too close. All the other positions are pretty close relatively, but that spot's just not too close. All right, 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go. There's Bianchi, Gutierrez, Voiles, and Brandon Rose are all closing in on Bianchi with Matthews in the distance. Of course, Gutierrez doesn't really need any help, but, can take all the help he needs. Gutierrez off of 4. Looks like Voiles actually got the better run off of 4 than Gutierrez. And Voiles will peek to the inside. Gonna make a move right there. Doesn't mean a whole lot because it's just qualifying, but want to practice passing for sure, as this kind of duels is a practice session as well for these drivers. But of course, speed is king here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 3 minutes, 27 seconds remaining. Time is running out for these laps to be put on the board. Here's a group of 4. Oliveira leading Grider, Sloan, and Justin Perez. No change in the top 5. Brandon Rose only 2 1/1000ths of a second out right now. I just don't think anything's going to happen. I think this is pretty locked in. Of course, Grider looking for anything he can to potentially jump into that top 5, but when you're just that tucked into a car right there, it's just so hard to get a good exit off of 4 and maintain everything. And you know, right here is where I held off. I can't remember. Was it Travis Crampton in the Wawa Cup Series, in the JBL Brickyard 400? I can't remember. It's where one car, one of the, I believe NS Racing cars, did not make a move off the final corner. I was able to hold on for the win. That's something I will never forget right there, getting a crown jewel in the Wawa Cup Series. But even before that, I have loved Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I am going there this year for the Brickyard 400. Very glad to be going there. And yeah, you know, just excited, just very excited to be going there and seeing the return of the Brickyard 400 and all that. Very special. 1 minute 53 seconds remaining on the clock. Top 5 remains unchanged. And so, these drivers really starting to run out of time. For drivers like Ryan Durrani, it's not going to be a terrible starting position. Going to be pretty solid. Just no chance to compete in the top 10 for a pole. For drivers like Laura Chung, unfortunately going to be starting pretty far back, it looks like. It's going to be tough to make up ground, but you know, I'm thinking about making this a little bit of a longer race than advertised since it is a crown jewel. This first year is all about experimenting, and then we'll be more, you know, straightforward and actually following what I set at the beginning of the year, next year. Just trying to get everything worked out this year. That's what it's all about, and I'm having so much fun doing it. Hey, Ladovic Charette, welcome in. You probably won't be hearing me for quite a bit now, as it seems the stream is quite behind, I will say. So, sorry about that. We are quite delayed here. 40 seconds to go as we speak. I can't see how many it's showing in the preview, but yeah, just having fun finishing this first part of round 1. And it looks like, oh, it's 10 seconds behind? Oh, well, that's great. Okay. I really thought it was farther behind. Maybe it's the preview. All right. Cool. I was sitting here thinking we were multiple minutes behind, so I appreciate that. All right, all these drivers pulling in, and it looks like your top 5 is set. Advancing on, Angel Gutierrez, RJ Beers, Caleb Rose, Leonard Koksmar, and Bryce Egan. And right outside there, Brandon Rose, CJ Grider, Ryan Durrani, Tom Sloan, Nathan Ormond. Let's go ahead and take a little look here at the practice results. You can see them right here on this side of your screen, unless anything significant changes as these drivers are coming to the line. And I'm going to go ahead and get those in at the moment. So let's see, 11 more seconds. I'm just going to make sure nothing changes as these drivers are finishing up laps. And we will set the outside row 12th on back in the next group. So everything is complete here. Let me go ahead and put these things in. So you're going to see NR2003 paused as I go ahead and get all these names in. So starting 11th in this race will be Brandon Rose with a time of 47.299 seconds. Starting 13th will be CJ Grider. And actually, while I'm doing this, I might as well just put the pop-up up. There we go. All right. So getting CJ Grider in right now. with a time of, let's see, 47.335. Starting 15th, Ryan Durrani with a time of 47.352. 17th will be Tom Sloan. Oh, if I can type. With a time of 47.362. Yeah, apologies. I'm a very slow typer, of course. Starting 19th, Nathan Ormond. And he'll have a time at 47.38. 21st, it's going to be Dylan Matthews with a time of 47.381. Oh, if I can type. I know I keep repeating the same things. It's weird being live. You know, my word choice is already not the greatest in the edited videos and the commentary, but man, when I'm live and I'm on the spot, it's questionable for sure. Justin Perez will start 23rd with a time of 47.413. 25th, that's Daniel Voiles. And that is a 47.423. 27th, Zach Magoon. 47.455. 29th, Benny Watson. Starting farther back for sure. I was not. Whoa, another one of those stutters. I was not really expecting the 34 to be that far back, but you know, with equal ratings, anything really can happen. Oh my goodness, will it please type? That would be greatly appreciated. 31st, that is Jack Haas with a 47.460 also. Of course, I will break ties with points position. I might need to refer to that in some cases if it's close. Bernardo de Oliveira. Oh, dang it. There we go. 47.507. And I'll get to chat. If anyone's chatted, I'll get to chat when I'm finished updating this. I know I'm really slow at doing this. Laura Chung will start 35th. 47.557. 37th, Justin Henley. A 47.7. And rounding out Group 1, Lucien Bianchi with a 47.822, which is very interesting for the championship. We'll see if Bianchi can come back through the field here. And of course, advancing is Angel Gutierrez, RJ Beers, Caleb Rose, Leonard Koksmar, and Bryce Egan. There we go. Just wanted to make sure I had that down. I'll go ahead and pull the pop-up back off, and we will go out of that. All right, group number 2. We're going to get this started real quickly because we don't want to waste too much time here. Let's take a look at who's in group number 2. It's going to be Aaron Abel, Eric Monaco, Bradley Ream, Wyatt O'Connor, Ladovic Charette, Igor Barreto, Caleb Holloway, Kyler Sustry, Nathan Stapleton, Sam Odoskin, Alex Smith, Blaine Keys, Matthew Hubert, Logan Williams, Alexander Tall, Nick Kensington, Reggie Fogelman, Bruno Diacomo, Jonathan Carrison, and Skylar Taylor. All right. All these drivers starting to head out here. Let me get the camera. My goodness. Huh. Deciding to not work on me for a second. There we go. Is Nick Kensington the first one out? Yes, Nick Kensington is the first one out. All right, now I can finally read chat. Hey Caleb, hey Ladovic, you're both here. I'm here, we're all here. Hopefully having a good time. Starting group 2, and we'll get going here. So Nick Kensington, gonna be the first one out. Let's see what this 43 has. First driver out. Now usually, I'm thinking the second or third lap is going to be the best if you don't have a drafting partner. If you do have a drafting partner, I could see potentially getting a fast lap on lap 4, 5, 6, but not really late into practice. That's kind of, well, qualifying, but it says practice on the screen, so of course I'm saying practice. But yeah, I think these laps will come relatively early as expected. You know, Indianapolis has some pretty decent tire wear. Sam at Ozkin, the first to officially set a time, but of course that's because the 22 stall is behind the start-finish line. Nick Kensington, first one around. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 48.202. So, yeah, definitely going to want drafting help here. More drivers coming out of the pits. Jonathan Carrison, Nathan Stapleton, there's Kyler Sustry, Logan Williams, Caleb Holloway, Alexander Tall. There's Wyatt O'Connor and Alex Smith. The 00 and the 27. Matthew Hubert, top of the board, and gonna get a great draft off these two cars in front. This will be a good lap. We'll have to see how it shakes out for this 36. I think this could be a good one, but these two can't stay side by side in front of the 36. Otherwise, we might have some trouble getting held up. All right, into turn 3. Alex Smith gonna clear Wyatt O'Connor. Uh-oh, Matthew Hubert gonna have some trouble, but gonna get through, and that was big. But unfortunately, I think that still hurt the exit. Sam at Ozkin, top of the board, 47.762. Let's check on this 36. Yeah, top of the board, 47.602, but that's definitely not gonna be good enough. I can tell you that right now. More drivers crossing the line. Here's Caleb Holloway crossing for the first time. Aaron Abel goes third fastest with help from Sam at Ozkin right there. Ozkin actually is fastest. My ticker went a little odd there. So Ozkin right now working with Aaron Abel, and Bradley Ream goes fastest by a significant margin. How about that? Closed up on Igor Barreto. Eric Monaco is second, and if Monaco can get a good tow off these cars, I think Eric Monaco could have a good shot at advancing. Right now, none of these drivers are safe as Matthew Hubert sets a 47.509. Right now, Ream, Hubert, Smith, O'Connor, and Monaco would advance. I'm going to watch Eric Monaco here as Ozkin goes to top of the board and Aaron Abel second. Here we go. Getting real fun. Time's going down just like that. So as we watch Monaco coming to the line, let's see what it's going to be. Not really what I expected, a 47.584. No, actually went slower. That's a little bit of a surprise. I was not expecting that. Just wasn't able to get a good tow, it looks like. As Ream looking to the inside of Barreto. Let's go ahead and watch if I can find Ozkin and Aaron Abel. There's Nathan Stapleton going third, but here's Ozkin and Abel, who've worked well together this session so far. Oh my goodness! Aaron Abel gets a 47.292, and these two just continuing to work very well together. So that bodes well for both of them, who haven't had great seasons to this point. In fact, Ozkin has had an absolutely horrible season to this point, and some of it, well, actually a decent portion of it, has been bad luck. As Bradley Ream top of the board, 47.271, and Igor Barreto into the top 5. Abel and Ozkin off the corner once again. I don't know how many laps these tires are going to really have before they're going to have to come in, cool things down, and get back out there to try again, but they should be pretty safe right here if I had to guess. No improvements that time by, but Caleb Holloway did go third. So Caleb Holloway, where is Holloway? Okay, off the back of Blaine Keys. So Blaine Keys, Caleb Holloway, that's actually right in front of this Aaron Abel, Sam Rozkin pack. Shouldn't really say pack, it's 2 cars. All right, that was interesting. Bradley Ream still fastest. Oh, look at that. Wyatt O'Connor went top of the board, and you know what? It was a 3-car group. And I think that was absolutely crucial right there to Wyatt O'Connor's lap. If you can maintain a big enough gap and pull up to the cars in front of you, especially when it's 2 cars in front of you, you could be in for a very good lap. And so Wyatt O'Connor definitely able to use that to his advantage right there. So the 00 goes top of the board with great work of the draft. Now let's see if this lap could be even better. Off of turn number 4. Here we go. These 3 all coming back to the line. Do they have anything in them? Smith first to cross, then Hubert, then Wyatt O'Connor. I don't see any improvements. Looks like they peaked right there. Here's Keys and Holloway to the line. No change right there. Oh, actually, no, there was a change right there. Sam Rozkin goes top of the board with a 47.195. Wow, that is a real fast lap right there. Into the 47.1s. So, you know, what I think is really helping is, one, both of these drivers are catching this group of Holloway and Keys, but also Abel has a really fast car to run in the draft with, and I think that was very helpful right there. And so I'm starting to think that Ozkin's time is pretty safe. I think we can pretty safely say that Sam Ozkin's going to the 2nd round. Wyatt O'Connor, I'm also relatively confident, but after that, you know, I'm not sure. If 2 cars get hooked up, we could see some pretty fast times and maybe some drivers bumping into that top 10. All right, looking further back, haven't talked about this 41, Alexandre Vital. Let's see, back in 13th, so not a horrible run right now in qualifying. Just working with Kyler Sustry. Sustry is 9th, so both just about mid-pack right here. Reggie Fogelman farther back. Let's see, Fogelman, oh my goodness, is slowest, but still faster than Lucien Bianchi, who must have just been really, really off. Very interesting for Bianchi, being even a 10th off of that. Maybe just not willing to work with anyone. Maybe no one really willing to work with him. So that's certainly an interesting storyline. Right now, hang on, is that the 38 top of our 2nd? Hold on a second. Logan Williams has gone to 2nd. That came out of absolutely nowhere. I wasn't expecting that one. Well, dang. I guess you can set pretty good laps this far along. So Logan Williams up to 2nd with a pretty safe time right there, and that bumps Aaron Abel out. So now Abel is going to have to try and work in once again, get another good lap going. Here we go. I think Abel just did it. Aaron Abel bumped in once again over Jonathan Carrison, just barely picked up. Crucial stuff for the 1. So Abel and Carrison duking it out for that last spot. Who knows, maybe Carrison will fire back right here. Here's Ludovic Charette in the 11, who is currently 2nd to last right now. So not real fast. Oh, hey, just jumped up to 14th. So that's an improvement right there. That'll certainly set up a little bit better for the race if that holds. Back to the top right now. Your top 5 advancing from this group is going to be Sam Ozkin, Logan Williams, Wyatt O'Connor, Bradley Ream, and Aaron Abel. Looks like there's a pretty significant drop-off after Carrison, from Carrison to Holloway. So I think the key here is going to have to be a 3-car group. If you can get 3 cars organized, and you know that's kind of hard to do because everyone wants to be at the back of that group. Everyone wants to get the toe. But if you can get that organized, that could result in some really fast laps here as we head to the end of this qualifying session. Of course, like I said, top 5 will advance. They'll join the other 5 from the first group. And the top 10 will have 10 minutes to set their time. So that'll be a fun one there. No movement at the top. Right now, the driver's really looking to bump in. Jonathan Karrison, I would say, has the best chance. Caleb Holloway still looking to potentially bump in. Igor Barreto needs some momentum. Nathan Stapleton really needs some momentum. And Kyler Sustry, race winner this year, but hasn't done much since then. Looking further through the field, there's Skylar Taylor. Haven't talked about Skylar a whole lot. Let's see, that 96 is in 17th, so not running real well at the moment. Needs to find a drafting partner once again. You just cannot qualify alone here. It's just not going to work. You need to have a partner, and you can just see what happens when some of these drivers just don't have effective partners or don't have partners at all. And you can see they're all at the bottom of the board. Bruno Diacomo, Reggie Fogelman, Nick Kensington, Skylar Taylor. Alex Smith had a good partner early on. You can kind of see a little bit of a jump, a little bit of a gap between Alex Smith and Skylar Taylor. But back at the top, once again, nothing's changed, and I think this is pretty locked in at the moment. If you have any questions at all, anything to chat about, just go ahead and put it in the chat, and we can get discussing things, because we got plenty of time right here to just look around, you know, just enjoy things and have a fun stream right here. Bradley Ream, Igor Barreto, right on each other. That might be an effective pair if they can really get going. But does Barreto have the pace? No, and that's going to hurt Ream right there. Ream was all over the back. And unfortunately, Barreto checked up, and that's going to really lose them both a whole lot of momentum. So even this lap, not going to be a good enough lap. I can tell you that right now. And so, Samad Ozkin looking real safe. Samad Ozkin and Logan Williams. Have we had a wreck? We've had a wreck. We have had a crash. Who is it? Is it Monaco? Who has crashed? I'm going to have to rewind time here real quick. Let me look through for a replay. Anything. Let's see. Alright, so some cars here. Looks like Ozkin was involved. Oh yeah, this is going to be a big hit right here. Take a look at this. Alright. Let me start recording for this one. I don't know, let me try and get a replay of this. Alright, so let's see what happened here in qualifying to, looks like Ozkin and Holloway. Oh yeah, Holloway comes down, and that is a massive, massive shot to the wall. Unbelievable. And with those two wrecked, you know what? This is kind of on the spot, but I think these two are going to need to go to backup cars with all that damage. Look at that. Sam Vitale made contact. So look at this. So after all that, Samad Ozkin, who is fastest, is going to have to go to a backup car and going to have to drop to the rear of the field. Wow, how about that? Crazy stuff going on here at Indianapolis. And so I got a recording of that. Wow. Back to the current time remaining. We got 4:51 remaining. Did Wyatt O'Connor jump up, or am I crazy? No, I don't think anything happened. I think I'm actually just crazy. But right now, with those two out of the question, so how that's going to work is that Samad Ozkin will not participate in the top 10 shootout. And that's going to move people up. I don't know how that's going to work. That's going to be wild. So Caleb Holloway and Samad Ozkin will be at the back of the field. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to have to shift things up here. That's wild. Interesting. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting a wreck in practice. Not practice. I keep saying practice because it says practice right there on the screen. Qualifying. But we sure did have one. And it looks like nobody was watching for that, so that's unfortunate for everyone who missed that. You'll be wondering what in the world happened. And that's what happened. Unbelievable. Now just collecting my thoughts once again. We got 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. I think this is pretty much over. Let's take a look at the lap times people are running. Yeah. With all this wear, nobody really on new tires, I think we can safely say it's probably over. And, you know, you can see Sam and Ozkin got the car repaired in the game, but that's not realistic. We're going to say backup car. So Ozkin to the rear of the field, Holloway to the rear of the field, and I'll work out what the heck to do. Because this is all going to be odd, I will say. All right. Looking further. Oh, Barretto! Igor Barretto! Engine failure. Igor Barretto with an engine failure. Igor Barretto has lost an engine in qualifying. That'll have to be an engine change. So, gonna be back of the field for Igor Barretto. Unbelievable. This second session has been absolutely wild to this point. Igor Barretto going to a backup car. Or not a backup car, I'm sorry. I got that confused with earlier. Gonna have to have an engine change and start at the rear. Wow. Getting weird and wacky here, I gotta say. Can it get any weirder? I mean, I don't really know what to do here. Because Ozkin crashed, should I make the top 5 Williams, O'Connor, Ream, Abel, and Harrison? Like, I don't really know what to do here. You know what I'm going to do? What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go for like an IndyCar rule where if you crash, your time is like disallowed. So I'm going to say that Ozkin is not going to advance. And that it's going to be Williams, O'Connor, Ream, Aaron Abel, and Jonathan Harrison. That's what I think I'm going to do. And so with 46 seconds left in this qualifying session, we will head to the second round. And it's going to be an interesting one, especially after that wreck. Wow. Just wild stuff. Wild stuff. Oh, man. I'm just trying to get a hold of myself here. Wow. I just wasn't expecting anything like that. All these drivers still out here, but once again running significantly slower than anything that would be fast enough. Bruno Giacomo now 20th. Yeah, unfortunately Bruno Giacomo is last. Reggie Fogelman jumped to 15th. That's huge. But of course, Giacomo will shift up through the field. And so, with this session over, we'll take a look at the times. And those are final right there. Well, they'll be final in about 19 seconds. So, I just want to make sure that everything's final before I do take a look here. 8 seconds until we are final. And there we go. Session is complete. Those times are final. Let's bring the big old pop-up of doom right here. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. first I'm just going to plot the drivers. Let me see. So I'm going to go ahead and write down the drivers who made it. So Ozkin's not going to make it because of that crash. Logan Williams, Wyatt O'Connor, Bradley Ream, Aaron Abel, and Jonathan Carrison will all advance. Now let me work out this order. So let me start at the back. So I'm going to go Holloway will start... No, Barretto will start last because that's an engine change and he's the slowest time. So let me put Barretto last. Engine change for Igor Barretto. I'm going to have to slide everyone up, so let me move this down maybe. I don't know what to do here. Let me make this 39. This is now 38. Let's see. Next up is going to be Caleb Holloway. And Caleb Holloway will be going... Oh my goodness, that is a horrible misspelling right there. Let me fix that. Caleb Holloway. There you go. Backup car for Caleb Holloway. And then I'm going to have to do some more shifting right here. That's going to be 38. That's now going to be 37. 36. So who is actually... Let's see. Well, first let me go ahead and get Samet Ozkin in. So there's the backup car. So let me work from the top now. Because now it'll be Blaine Keys starting 12th. And that is a 47.315. 14th will be Eric Monaco. No, sorry. It will not be Eric Monaco. It will be... No, it will be Nathan Stapleton. Man, my goodness. With a 47.369. Let's see. 16th will be Kyler Sustry. With a 47.374. 18th is going to be Matthew Hubert with a 47.395. Let's see, 20th is going to be Alexander Tall. And that is... Hang on, my goodness, I need to... 47.408. Eric Monaco next. $47.468. Reggie Fogelman with a 47.475. Ludovic Charette, a 47.48. Alex Smith with a 47.509. Skylar Taylor a 47.551. Let's see. Nick Kensington a 47.564. Bruno Giacomo with a 47.621. And I feel like that's going to leave... Okay, no, everything did work out there. Oh, not... Oh, my goodness, if I can type that. I believe that fills that out. So that's kind of a wild situation. I believe... I make sure that everybody moved up properly. Laura Chung and Justin Henley and Lucien Bianchi are right there. I believe that's all I can do because, you know, I have to shift things down and then this group shifts up. Yes, I believe I've done what I could. So Lucien Bianchi will start 37th. Justin Henley 36th. Laura Chung 35th. Taking a look at these results here. Let me try and get it in frame for you. Is everything in frame? Yeah, it's decently in frame. 47,299 for Brandon Rose is good enough for 11th. Of course, these results are not... in timed order because remember, these were two different groups that went. And Sam Odoskin and Caleb Holloway had an accident. And Igor Barreto going to have an engine change after blowing up in qualifying. And with that, the top 10 shootout is going to be Angel Gutierrez, RJ Beers, Caleb Rose, Leonard Koksmar, Bryce Egan, Logan Williams, Wyatt O'Connor, and for some reason it won't let me do 00. Let me try this. No, okay. There we go. And Bradley Ream, Aaron Abel, and Jonathan Carrison. I believe that's good there. Okay. My goodness. And so... let me go ahead and get this disastrous pop-up off your screen. There we go. And we will go ahead and set up for the top 10 shootout for the poll. Here we go. So let me go ahead and go to the opponent manager. Let me go ahead and... let's go to the original. And save as final. All right. Aaron Abel made it through. Dylan Matthews didn't. Eric Monaco didn't. Tom Sloan didn't. Bradley Ream did. Caleb Rose did. Wyatt O'Connor did. Leonard Koksmar did. Charette didn't. Magoon didn't. Igor Barreto didn't. Bryce Egan did. Caleb Holloway did not. Lucien Bianchi did not. Kyler Sustry did not. RJ Beers made it. Nathan Stapleton did not. Ryan Durrani did not. Sam Odoskin did not. Nathan Orman did not. Alex Smith didn't make it. CJ Greider didn't make it. Blaine Keys, Benny Watson, Matthew Hubert, Bernardo de Oliveira, Logan Williams did make it. Daniel Voiles didn't. Alex Sanvital did not. Justin Perez didn't. Nick Kensington did not. Angel Gutierrez did. And then I believe that's everybody except for the 88 of Jonathan Carrison. Yes. Cool. Alright, so that's that roster. We will now give them 10 minutes. And they'll shoot it out for the poll. Let's do this. Let me go back here. All right. Just waiting for drivers to get out there. Bryce Egan, once again, the first one out. Or at least the first one on the pit lane. There's Angel Gutierrez. Now everybody's starting to come in. Caleb Rose right there in the 8. Gutierrez, first one out in the 47. 9 minutes, 22 seconds. And this will be a fun one. Here we go. Shootout for pole. Angel Gutierrez in the 47. Will be the first to make a lap. Checking on everybody else. Let's see who's out there. Just Angel Gutierrez. Now Bradley Ream's going to go. Who else is going to go? Anyone. Anyone at all. Any takers. Aaron Abel's going to go. That's 3 of them. Everybody just sitting there for the moment. Maybe just waiting for a little bit later to set the times. Waiting for the track to rubber in a bit. Angel Gutierrez off of 4. Going to start his first lap. Let's see, can Angel Gutierrez win the pole for the DPORL Brickyard 400? We'll just have to see. 47 into turn 1. Looking good so far. Nice and steady. Maybe a little bit high. Could have gone a little bit lower. But keeping the momentum up. Off of 2. All good. Everything looking great. And now down the back stretch. Just hope everything works out for this 47 into turn 3, and if it works out into turn 3, has a better chance of working out into turn 4. Everything looked great there. Great line. Got right down to the white line. That was beautiful right there. And now off of 4, actually going to run just a little bit wide, which could be beneficial. And off of turn 4, Angel Gutierrez will set the first lap of this 10-minute session. And the 47 going to set a 48.374, so gonna need that help. Lots of drivers exiting now. Leonard Koksmar hasn't gone out yet. RJ Beers just going out. There's Koksmar. Everyone getting out there now. Jonathan Carrison. What can Carrison do? Is he starting a lap? Looks like he's just starting the lap. Wyatt O'Connor. Is he coming to the line? Nope, no time on the board yet. Bradley Ream. Checking. Ream top of the board. 47.959. That's a fast lap right there. Here we go. Aaron Abel. Just starting the lap. Bryce Egan. Oh no, Aaron Abel did set a time there. It just took a while to update. All these drivers crossing the line. Gutierrez. 47.908. And so for Angel Gutierrez, that's top of the board once again. Caleb Rose crosses the line. 48.333. Jonathan Carrison off the final corner. This will be the first time lap for Carrison. Let's see what it'll be. 48.354. Nothing there yet. RJ Beers and Wyatt O'Connor cross the line. Wyatt O'Connor goes to 3rd. Ream and Koksmar. I believe Koksmar's starting a lap here. Ream goes top of the board. 47.879. Now I think Leonard Koksmar timed this out perfectly. Could the 10 get another pole position? That would be a very prestigious honor in the DPORL Cup Series to get a pole for the Brickyard 400. Gutierrez back top of the board by 5 1/1000ths of a second over Aaron Abel. Koksmar, the only one, or one of 2 to not set a lap to this point. The other one being RJ Beers. Off of turn 4. This one will be a solid one. Gonna be one to beat. Oh, wow. Wyatt O'Connor, 47.537. And Koksmar, not enough. Wyatt O'Connor, fastest lap. The 00 chasing down the 19 and had a great lap right there. Coming off of 4. Bryce Egan goes 4th. Logan Williams, Angel Gutierrez. Nothing of note. Caleb Rose off the corner. Goes 5th. Gotta start bringing the pressure right here. All these drivers looking for every single inch they can get. Carrison not able to improve. RJ Beers, Wyatt O'Connor once again. Did O'Connor go faster? No. Here's Koksmar. Leonard Koksmar, top of the board. Bradley Ream, 2nd. 47.229. Wow. This 10 is absolutely rapid right here. Unbelievable. These two will continue to work together. Could potentially Koksmar now pass Ream and then give Ream the slipstream. Was this an agreed arrangement? I wouldn't know. I mean, they are both Fords, so maybe the Ford teammates working together at least. We'll have to see. Off of 4, can anything be improved upon? Oh, Wyatt O'Connor goes second. Bradley Ream improved, but not going to be quite enough to compete for second at the moment. Everybody pretty spaced out along the track with 3:46 to go. Still a chance for something to happen. Like Angel Gutierrez has got a good toe now. Goes to 4th. Great effort right there on that lap from Gutierrez. Huge drop off from the top 3 to 4th though. This is what you really want to be watching. You want to be watching Wyatt O'Connor chasing RJ Beers. And then Leonard Koksmar chasing Bradley Ream. Here we go. Here's Wyatt O'Connor. No improvement. At the line here, Bradley Ream goes to second. Oh, that was a real close one right there. Just 15 1/1000ths of a second. And these two are now 1-2 on the board. So if anything's going to happen right here, it's going to be one of these two, it looks like. Gutierrez continues to improve. That's big. Into 3. Everything looking stable so far. Gotta get a good exit. That's key. Will Bradley Ream get the exit he desires? Off of 4, Wyatt O'Connor. Any improvement there? Doesn't look like it. Bradley Ream, no improvement. Ran slower. Wyatt O'Connor ran slightly slower. And so, only a couple more laps for these drivers to sort things out and get a solid lap on the board. With only 2 minutes left, it could be tough for drivers like Caleb Rose, who's stuck with nobody right there. Bryce Egan is off the racetrack. Gutierrez put up a nice time on the board, catching up to Logan Williams in the 38. Williams actually had a nice lap going right there. Let's watch these 4 again, because these are the 4 fastest. Or at least the 4 with the potential to go fastest. RJ Beers does improve. And no improvements out of the top 2. Let's check that. That was a fast lap, but it wasn't quite fast enough for either of the two to improve. Gonna have 2 more laps, it looks like, probably. And it's gonna be tough to put anything competitive on the board with these old tires. But you know, anything can happen. It's Indianapolis after all. We're going to get the 1 minute remaining in qualifying in this final round. Anything for these drivers. Here we go, RJ Beers. Oh, what a lap from RJ Beers. That puts Beers to 5th. And Wyatt O'Connor does not improve. These two do not improve. Bryce Egan's back on the track looking for maybe 1 more lap, but I don't know about that. Looks like it might be over unless these two can get hooked up and going. We'll watch and see what happens here, but I don't know if anything can really happen. I think the 10 and the 6 have got it. Here we go, off of 4. Looks like these two are going to get to the line to start 1 more lap, and that's huge. Wow, 4th for Beers. Gained a spot. That was worth it. Was worth running. 47.381. Koksmar all alone. Looking good. But we'll have to just see. I don't think Bryce Egan's going to get his lap in. But let's watch these two. Maybe Beers getting some sort of tow from the 88. No, they're too far away. I don't think any tow is going to happen here. And so, off the final corner, 1 more chance for the pole. Is it going to happen? Doesn't look like it. We'll just have to see. Beers. No, not enough. Leonard Koksmar is your pole sitter at Indianapolis for the DPORL Brickyard 400. How about that? Let's bring that ugly pop-up back on the screen. And let's fill this out. So, let's start with 10th. Starting 10th, Jonathan Carrison. Going to be a good starting position, but not as good as desired with a 47.852. Starting 9th, Caleb Rose. Never was really able to find a partner there, and that's what ended up hurting. 47.750. Aaron Abel, 8th. Which was a good run for Aaron Abel, I gotta say. Should be proud of that lap. Very solid lap. 47.723. Starting 7th will be Bryce Egan. And that's good for Egan. Getting that inside lane start. Starting 6th, Logan Williams. Definitely showed some speed. I wouldn't be surprised if he shows some speed in the race as well. 47.487. And now, really into the Fast 5 right here. Angel Gutierrez. Gonna end up qualifying 5th with a 47.401. RJ Beers. Qualifying 4th with a 47.381, which was a great improvement, I gotta say. Good job to RJ Beers. Wyatt O'Connor was surprisingly fast right there. I'm going to start well because of it. Starting 3rd with a 47.327 second lap. And then the fast ones. They worked together so well. Bradley Ream in the 6th. Unfortunately, not even able to get a pole. It was close, but not quite. And then, by 15 one-thousandths of a second, Leonard Koksmar back-to-back poles. Unbelievable. Oh, come on. I think I've mistyped every single name at this point. 47.229 will win the pole. How about that? And our starting lineup is officially set. I've went through the top 10. And now let's go through outside the top 10. Brandon Rose will start 11th. Blaine Keys in 12th. CJ Grider will be 13th. Nathan Stapleton. Ryan Durrani 15th. And Kyler Sustride to the outside. Tom Sloan and Matthew Hubert 17th, 18th. Nathan Ormond and Alex Sanvital 19th and 20th. And then just outside the top 20, Dylan Matthews qualifies 21st for what feels like the 4th week in a row. But I really don't know. It feels like every single week Dylan Matthews is qualifying 21st, which I guess it's good to be consistent, but consistently qualifying the middle doesn't really help your chances in winning the race. Eric Monaco starts 22nd. 23rd and 24th, Justin Perez, Reggie Fogelman. 25th and 26th, that's Daniel Voiles and Ludovic Charette. Zach Magoon, 27th. Alex Smith, 28th. Benny Watson, 29th. Skylar Taylor, 30th. Jack Haas, 31st. Nick Kensington, 32nd. Bernardo de Oliveira, 33rd. Bruno Diacomo, 34th. And then this is kind of weird, where it gets weird because I moved cars down due to wrecking and engine changes. So, Laura Chung, 35th. Justin Henley, 36th. Lucian Bianchi, 37th. And then to backup cars, Sam Oskin, 38th. Caleb Holloway, 39th. And Igor Barreto, engine change after blowing an engine, will start 40th and last. Wow. Well, that was certainly an eventful qualifying session, I gotta say. I will have these results all posted and in on the DPORL Discord for all of you that missed it. I really appreciate all the viewership and all that. I enjoyed hanging out with you. And, you know, it was fun to set the starting lineup this way. I might clip some highlights and put them in. But that's it this time. We are all done. And for Leonard Koksmar, a very, very good run. Lots of momentum. Who knows? Maybe the 10 will go to victory lane in the Brickyard 400. And so with that, you'll see that all tomorrow. Maybe some fancy graphics, maybe some fancy stuff. We'll see. Extra production being put into it. And we'll go from there. And so, that is it for this broadcast of qualifying for the Brickyard 400. If you like that, go ahead, slap a like on that, and maybe join the Discord server if you like that and you're not a part of it already. That's it for this live stream, this DPTV production, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody from Indianapolis.